You see this? Wildfire smoke and health. The global toll. A 2021 study published in Environmental Research estimated that wildfire smoke contributes to around 12.6 million premature deaths globally every year due to direct exposure to particulate matter and toxic gases. This is ozone we're talking about. Additionally, ozone, it causes illness in roughly 4 times that number, meaning 50 million plus people suffer respiratory infections, asthma attacks, cardiovascular problems, and other smoke-related illnesses annually. The real numbers might be even higher, as many health impacts go unreported or misdiagnosed, especially in vulnerable populations. Do you see the impact of ground level ozone now? The numbers keep getting higher and higher. Every time I search the number of people suffering serious illnesses from ground level ozone exposure, double. Every time I look, they double. Now, we've got this. Unbelievable. 4 times that many. You read that, right? 50 million. Those are the people that get sick. 12.6 million actually die. And 50 million get sick. You better do something about ozone, you miserable fuckers, or you're going to get it good. Well, I shouldn't say get it good, but it's over. If you don't study or discuss ozone amongst your family and friends, you're doomed. So get it fucking straight. Start talking about it. This is very serious. The sky is yellow again. The air stinks, and it stinks of only one thing, the main component, which is ozone. Let's go back up to the top here, and I'll show you some of the other. What percentage of Canadian wildfire smoke is ozone? It doesn't work that way, it said. I said, okay. Now, it turns out that ozone is smoke is a precursor. It promotes ozone growth. So ozone gets much stronger after or including a forest fire, correct? Yes. Yes, ozone gets significantly stronger during and after a forest fire. We are in deep, deep, deep trouble. This is only part of the story. The actual story is what's going on with the ozone that you're breathing right now is being done above your heads, not by burning forests. This is high-tech, killing machine stuff. These guys are very good at what they do. You would have to imagine that there is somebody on the planet that's doing this, and who's doing it is very skilled. Very skilled indeed. Top of the pyramid. These people know exactly what they're doing. They're very skilled. They show up for work at 6:30 a.m. and they don't leave till the job's done. These are the kind of people we're talking about. Skilled in killing. What causes the spike in ozone? Sunlight, VOCs, and nitrous oxide. Ozone equals ozone. This can happen hundreds of kilometers away from the actual fire. What? Oh, I see. The smoke. Oh, I see. Once, if the wind is drifting in your direction, get the fuck out of there. Okay? In some cases, wildfires cause ozone spikes well above health limits set by agencies like the U.S., EPA, and Health Canada. These guys are monsters, right? Okay? They haven't told you a damn thing about the ozone. Nobody's talking about it. And it's the worst part of the sky. It's the only part you need really to know about. Sunlight is obvious. You can see it. Night is obvious. You can see it. Ozone, on the other hand, is an invisible gas. It's highly toxic. It kills 12.6 million people every year and makes 51 million chronically ill. So if you think you're going to get through this without mentioning this to you and your family and your friends and stuff like that, you're a fool. This is the end of the line right here. There's more. Hold on. So wildfire smoke adds to ozone, produces ozone. Clarify. Yep, it does. Wildfire smoke doesn't contain ozone, but it produces it. We're in big fucking trouble, man. We're in big trouble. I don't believe these fires happen spontaneously. I happen to think that when fires happen, somebody did it, okay? It's very simple to me. I'm sure we had fires in the past, but not as many as we have now, and I think somebody's doing it intentionally, and I think we should hang the arsonists. That's the only way through this. Make it a criminal offense. They die if they light fires in the bush. I mean, if they do it intentionally, if you can prove it, no problem. Hang them. How it works, step by step. Fire burns trees, blah, blah, blah. Full chemical reactions, okay. A wildfire in British Columbia sends smoke across the continent. So with smoke comes ozone. The main component of smog and smoke is ozone. Well, no, it's not as complicated as you might think. But I was going to say it was very complicated, but it's not. Okay, very simple stuff. Ozone. You see, this is what I'm talking about here is the fact that on March 11, 2020, you heard it on the news just as I did. We were suffering from a disease called silent corona, and I happened to have been studying ozone at the time, and for 7 years up until 2020, and I was studying ozone, and I knew that silent corona was ozone. They were lying to you, and I proved it in 10 different ways. Dr. Tedros knows about the ozone. The Canadian government knows about the ozone. The EPA, the Montreal Port, they all know about the ozone down here. I'm not talking about the ozone hole or the ozone in the sky. I'm talking about ground level ozone. There's a thing called ground level ozone because ozone is heavier than oxygen and falls to the ground. That's where we live. If the ozone is down here and ozone is toxic and kills 12.5 million people every year and makes 50 million chronically ill, 50 million plus, we have a problem. The air stinks. Toronto today was listed as the worst city on planet Earth in regards to toxic ground level ozone, made stronger by these GD forest fires that somebody actually lit. Fires don't happen by accident. Guns don't go off by accident. Idiots. Pardon me. I'm sorry. I'm not talking to you specifically. Ozone is hazardous to your health, body. Speaking of it, something like that. Here's why it's a big deal. Fine. Why ozone is harmful? Yeah, we already know that. Is it dangerous? Very. How's that? Is that clear enough for you? Ozone is a silent health risk. Therefore, ozone is the best weapon on the planet. The silent weapon. Don't you remember the movie? Didn't make any noise. But everybody fell over. Should you worry about ozone? Absolutely. Look at, this isn't made up what ChatGPT has responded. It's not made up. It goes by what it knows or what it's aware of and that kind of thing. What can you do? Check ozone levels. Of course. Don't rely on any of these people here. I haven't seen anybody that has a good site anymore. All of this information is harder to view. So you have to know where you're going. You have to speak to people about it. You can't just hop on a weather channel and hope to find it. It doesn't work that way. This has been hidden. This is the best weapon known to exist. The silent weapon, ozone. Same color as the sky. It's blue like the sky. How are you going to see it? You can't see it, and it's toxic. It's deadly. It kills 12.5 million people every year, and 50 million plus with chronic illnesses after that. So, I'm not too worried about what's going on in Israel, even though I don't like seeing people being blown to smithereens. I don't care what's going on in Ukraine, even though it makes me sick to my stomach to see people blown to smithereens. But if you add up the amount of people that pass on or get sick with chronic illness regarding ozone in our atmosphere that's being intentionally manipulated and redistributed, then we have a very serious crime. This is heavy-duty stuff. I don't even think the world court can handle this. They would have to be involved, or they're going to have to say something. You have to talk about this amongst your friends, folks. This is too serious. I had no idea it was that bad. I've been looking and looking and looking. Every time I dig a little deeper, the number of dead people doubles. So we're not being told the truth about ozone. We've been psyoped about ozone for 50 years. We were told 50 years ago that it's good for us, we have to save it. There's a hole in the ozone layer, it's our fault, we did it, and there's none left. That's what we were told. You were told the same thing I was. If you're 60 years old, then you heard that. You heard it on the news just like I did. And there's no proof that ozone helped you in any shape or form. None. I haven't seen any. You can't even go to the Antarctic and check yourself. You're not allowed to. That means it's a farce. It's not true. This ozone nonsense, it's all garbage. Ozone is silent corona. The authorities changed the name of ozone on March 11, 2020. I have the proof. I'll show you. Hold on, man. And there it is. Why was ozone rebranded as silent corona? to emphasize its unique features and capabilities, particularly in terms of safety. They reversed the health problems that are associated with ozone. They're telling you here that it's safe. But I just told you and showed you that ozone kills over 12.5 million people every year and makes 50 million plus chronically ill for the rest of their lives. And they're telling you here, this is the authorities now, that's who changed the name of ozone, Montreal Protocol, EPA, the UN, WHO, the World Meteorological Organization. They all got together, look, and they changed the name of it. You got robbed, man. You better fucking stand up. If you don't stand up, you're fucking finished. These people have already been caught using ozone to kill people. They manufacture it in the atmosphere. Not just wildfires, man. This is high-tech crap. They're doing it intentionally. I don't know who's doing it, but it's obviously, it's clearly being artificially enhanced and redistributed. They move it wherever the hell they want to put it. And look at this one in the middle of the page. Can ozone be referred to as silent corona? Yeah, I'm afraid so. See, you got took, ladies and gentlemen. The sooner you admit it, the better off you're going to be. Have a great day, and please forgive me if this sounds shitty, but, we have to know, so we know, okay?